Thanks for stopping by Burst of Flavors. Today we're going to make Jamaican chicken soup. Let's get started. Well, today's Friday, so I thought I'd make Jamaican chicken soup with dumplings. Let's first prepare our chicken. I've bought one whole chicken, and you need one fresh lemon and some vinegar. You can buy cut up chicken if you want, but I'm old school. I just like to cut up my chicken. So I'm going to remove the chicken from the packet, and we're going to cut up this chicken into eighths. So first, make sure you have a large knife and remove the inside, the gizzards, and the liver. And simply slice the chicken down the front. And we're going to cut this chicken in half. So just make sure you get past that chicken bone, that breastbone there. And once we've butterflied the chicken, we're going to slice it down again at the back. And so now we're going to have half a chicken. Next, you're going to quarter the chicken. So let's cut in between the breast meat and the thigh meat. And so we'll quarter the chicken. And next, I'll remove the legs from the thigh. And I'm also going to cut off all of those fat pieces that we don't need. So if the chicken is fatty, you want to cut off that extra fat there. And you'll see that I'm also cutting my thigh in half as well. So it'll be eighths. Back in the day, my mom used to use a hammer and hammer down that knife through that bone. But my knife is pretty sharp. All right, I'm cutting off the wing, and next I am going to cut into the chicken breast and cut that into half as well. Okay, so I've done one half of my chicken, and I'm going to also perform the same steps with the other half. Simply cut that chicken in half, and then you're going to remove the legs and then cut, and see there's that extra skin I talk about, that extra fat. You don't need that, so remove that. And later on, you'll also notice that I'm going to remove the skin from the chicken. Removing the skin from the chicken will result in a less oily chicken soup. All right? So I'll show you that I'll remove the skin from the chicken. And so here you have it. We've cut our chicken up into pieces. And the next step is to wash this chicken really well. I cut off the tips. I usually don't keep the tips on my wings. And I've now cut up a whole chicken. I think it's more economical and cheaper to just buy a whole chicken. You buy the chicken in pieces, and then you're going to be spending a lot of money at the store. Okay, chicken's all cut up. So let's get ready to wash our chicken and then remove the skin from the chicken. And you'll also have less foam to remove from the chicken soup when you remove the skin from the chicken. So let's get started. Okay, let's clean our chicken. So it's important to clean your chicken. Washing the chicken removes some of the germs, but I like to use vinegar as well as fresh lemon. And that vinegar is going to remove not only the dirt, but it removes germs as well as other debris that you may find on the chicken. All right, so this is important. Wash that chicken good, and then let it sit in that vinegar for about a minute or two, not too long. Now that my chicken has been washed, you'll notice that I've removed the skin. So once again, this is not going to make my soup so oily. So let's gather the rest of our ingredients. I have 1 cup of flour. That's going to be for my dumplings. And then I also have cut up corn. I have cut up carrots, sweet potato, garlic, scallion, and allspice seasoning, Caribbean chicken seasoning, can't forget about the fresh thyme. You cannot forget about your pimento seed or whole allspice, as well as, most importantly, the chicken flavored soup mix. I also have some potato, Irish potato, russet potato, and green onions. So we're going to let our water boil. And when we let the water boil, we're going to add salt to this big stock pot. Make sure you have a good big soup pot. And I'm going to let this water boil and then add the chicken. So we're going to add a clean chicken and let this boil for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we're going to add our root vegetables. See that you don't have that much to skim off because I took the skin off. So I've just added 2 bay leaves. Now that the chicken has boiled for 10 minutes, I am going to go ahead and add in my root vegetables. I love it that I remove the skin. Mom always said, make sure you remove the skin first if you don't have too much oil. Alright, we're going to add carrots, onions, celery, sweet potato. I live in the Pacific Northwest. I can't find pumpkins anywhere. Alright. And we're going to let these root vegetables cook for 20 minutes. 25 minutes. 20 to 25 minutes. Next, we're going to add our flavors. So here's our fresh thyme, fresh garlic, pimento, scallion. I'm using jalapeno because I can't find habaneros. I'm growing them, but they're not ready yet. All right, so we're going to add all of the remaining flavors into the soup. It's beginning to look good. There you go. So let's add in our flavors. And also add in the chicken seasoning, the garlic scallion seasoning, salt, and most importantly, we're going to add in, this is what makes it Jamaican soup, all right? That's what makes it, that chicken seasoning. And because my soup pot is so big, I may add another packet. And this is also what creates that wonderful, beautiful color that you get from Jamaican soup. So I may add some more chicken soup seasoning to that. I also add in whole black peppercorns. And then we're going to let this cook on medium heat for about 25 minutes. And while this is cooking, I am going to go and show you how to make dumpling. My mom called them spinners. Just adding in the rest of my flavors. This is also helping with the color. All right, so I've made my spinners by just simply having 1 cup of flour as well as a little bit of water and salt. And that's the consistency you want. When you roll that flour, you don't want it to stick to your hands. All right, and then just roll them up. This is why we call them spinners, because we're spinning the flour. Okay. My website have written instructions for how to make the spinners, but it's just water, flour, and salt. So I had 1 cup of flour, salt, and just a little bit of water. I also like to add the spinners because this also gives the soup a nice consistency. And look at my soup now that it's been cooking for about 35 minutes. It's looking wonderful. Add the spinners, and this is going, the flour from the spinners is going to thicken up your soup. Next, we're ready to add our corn, our fresh corn. So just add the corn in there. And now all of the flavors are ready to be developed. We're going to cook this on low for about 25 to 30 minutes, and our soup will be done. We're going to come back and check it out and stir. All right. After 25 minutes, taste for consistency. Always taste for consistency, whether you need more salt, black pepper. And I'm going to add the rest of my chicken cock soup seasoning as well. My soup is now done. I had to transfer to a smaller pot. I made too much, but Here is Jamaican chicken soup with dumplings. Thanks for watching.